When Zdeněk Zeman began his coaching career with Palermo in 1974, it quickly became clear that he was different to his colleagues. His ideas were radical, his methods unique, and his ideology like nothing that had been seen before in Italian football. When he came to the fore as an innovator and a nonconformist, Italian football was based primarily on strong defences. But Zeman thought differently. A 0-0 is boring, he said. It's better to lose 5-4, at least it gives you some entertainment. This outlook earned him the nickname Il Boemo, the Bohemian. Born in 1947 in Prague, Zeman never played football. Instead, whilst a teenager, he took up volleyball and handball, both of which later influenced his ideas as a coach. He played ice hockey too, and even reached the international stage in the sport. A career in football seemed unlikely, but in the summer of 1968, the threat of the Cold War convinced Zeman to flee Czechoslovakia, the country of his birth. He left for Sicily to live with his uncle, Čestmír Vyspálek, who'd played for Juventus and Palermo before beginning a managerial career. And it was Vyspálek who gave Zeman his break in football, offering the youngster a role as a youth coach at Palermo. He'd spent his first few years in Italy helping out in training at local amateur clubs, cutting his teeth in the lower levels before making the step up. He completed a degree too, studying sports medicine at the University of Palermo. Zeman began the job in 1974. He stayed for 9 years, developing his ideas and obtaining his coaching license from Coverciano, the technical headquarters of the Italian Football Federation, where he'd studied alongside Arrigo Sacchi. By 1984, Zeman felt ready to strike out on his own. He was handed his first job as head coach with Lecce, and he immediately put his principles in place. Zeman insisted on a policy of trusting young players, building the foundations of his team on youth, and he was equally assertive when it came to his style of play. Zeman's 4-3-3 was unapologetically attacking, with forward-thinking wing-backs and advanced midfielders. A year after taking his first job, Zeman guided the club to the Serie C2 title, and in 1987 he made the first of many moves, joining Foggia, but his first spell with the Apulia-based club was brief. He joined Parma after less than a season, replacing Sacchi, and was sacked after just 7 games. Then it was on to an equally brief spell at Messina before his eventual return to Foggia in 1989. And it was there that Zeman truly made his name. In 5 years, he guided the club from the 3rd tier of Italian football to Serie A, and then helped them consolidate in the top flight. Foggia's success was based on their fluid, almost reckless attacking play, having top scored with their 67 goals in their 1991 Serie B promotion campaign. They continued to score freely in Serie A. Only title winners Milan scored more than Foggia's 58 in that 91-92 season, and only relegated Ascoli conceded more than Foggia's 58. Still, despite falling to an 8-2 defeat against Milan, they finished the season in 9th. Foggia, under their chain-smoking idealistic coach, were a team of extremes. Zeman earned praise and condemnation in equal measure for his refusal to bow to pragmatism. While Catenaccio ruled in Italy, he preached the importance of going out to win, and win well. Avoiding defeat was not something he cared about. If you score 90 goals, then it shouldn't really matter how many you concede, he said. The glory days at Foggia became known as Zemanlandia, and the club's success soon earned Zeman a move to a bigger club. In 1994, Lazio came calling, clearly impressed by his work with modest resources. At Lazio, Zeman continued to play a refreshing brand of attacking football. He guided the club to 2nd and 3rd finishes in his first 2 seasons and was credited with kick-starting the career of the great Alessandro Nesta. 20 years into his managerial career, Zeman had managed to maintain a reasonable level of stability, but that changed when he moved across the capital to join Roma in 1997. His time with the Giallorossi was most memorable for his controversial accusations of doping at Juventus. An investigation was carried out, and the club's doctor, Riccardo Agricola, was sentenced to 22 months in prison. The result for Zeman was a newfound reputation as something of a troublemaker. Top jobs in Italy became harder to come by after he left Roma in 1999, and so he headed to Turkey, taking charge at Fenerbahce. Since then, Zeman has not stayed in a role for longer than 2 years, taking on a series of jobs in the lower leagues of Italy. He coached at Avellino, Lecce and Brescia, and made brief returns to Foggia and Roma. Most recently, he was enjoying a second stint at Pescara, although he was unable to guide the club away from relegation in Serie A. Tangible success has been difficult to come by for Zeman, but that won't concern him. Sometimes the losers have taught more than the winners, he once said. I like to think I've given something more and something different to football.